Whoa. I'm not late. There is no late. I do this when I feel like it. During the week, I get up at 7:30. If I have something to do at 8:30, I'll get on maybe. There's no late. I haven't even done this for a week in a row, so no judgments. Do it when I do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure I like some of you, to be honest with you, so no pressure. Difficult day. But I'll do it. I'll do it. Did I sleep through the earthquake? There was no sleeping through that earthquake. That was real deal shit. I was up. Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies. So the decent people of the world take a horrendous shot to the fucking soul on the first day of the Jewish New Year. Or maybe that's today. So what kind of Jewish God takes her the first day of the New Year? I don't know. So you kind of deal with that. You deal with this sort of like, most of the time during this era, it feels like an evil hand is just slightly kind of tightly holding your heart. And then every day it just either squeezes it a little harder or just like, just really gives it a good tug and pulls it down a little bit into your guts. And then you just live with it. See, hear that kid? He was just told that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. Guess they wanted to wait. Wow. I know, buddy. We'll try to make do. Yeah. There's a tradition that says a person who dies on that day is a righteous person. Who gives a fuck? Is that supposed to make me feel better? Was that a question? God, we'll do anything to rationalize. I heard that yesterday. I'm like, oh, well, I guess that makes it better. A lot of trolls coming around lately. I think they're cute, but I would just ignore them. The world can't afford another conservative justice on the bench. No, the world can't afford anything that's going on. It's like, is this the time for political statements? That was 10 years ago. Whatever, man. I mean, I don't know how you're feeling about it. Of course he's going to ram through a judge. I do have a lisp. I've had a lisp all my life. Of course he's going to try to ram through a judge, and he's going to do it. I mean, wait. I don't know. It's like, it's weird when people are like, we got to do something. Yeah. 10, 20 years ago. This is it. This is this. And I'm like, all I can tell you is, what I'm doing in my mind to, we need genius and innovation. Dude, it's over, man. It's just going to be scrambling from here on out. The whole machine is breaking down from intentional and just neglectful incompetence and now fascistic leadership. I mean, is this the time to be indignant? Sure. Go ahead. This is a Woolrich shirt. no, we will be okay. Yeah, you probably will. Most people will probably be okay. There's plenty of relatively happy people in Russia. There was probably, plenty of relatively happy people in Nazi Germany. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be okay. But, I don't know. I've been, asking for guidance from the big frequency. And, I have a certain amount of resignation around. For a while there, I'm like, oh, I got to get out of here, man. We got to get out of here. But, I'm an American, and I've always been an American. And I like America. And I like my house, and I like American people. What am I going to run to another country and sit there and go like, I did it, just me and Buster. We did it, buddy. You want something to eat? Should we go see if we can meet somebody in this other country? Do you even understand some of the food here? Of course, a lot of people aren't going to be okay. An immigrant, woman, right? You should debate Joe Rogan. Why? See, what does that do? God damn, man. It's like all these weird kind of like relatively progressive people are like, hey, he apologized. Did he? He apologized for spreading misinformation from a bogus news story? What about, enabling fascist intellectuals for the past 5 years? Is that apology forthcoming? Wow, where'd all the trolls come from? I don't know. My buddy Sam always tells me that we don't know what's going to happen. So if you kill yourself or you run away or whatever, do we know what's going to happen? We know it's bad now, and there's no way it seems to be getting better, but yeah, I'm not liking not loving the crew here today. Seems like there's a lot of people here that like have never seen me do anything before. Yeah, it's just awful. But I mean, it's like, do you continue to take it out on yourself and be like, it's just sort of weird. And look, if celebrities or whoever, if what they do to feel useful is tell people to register, help people register, vote, fine. It's fine. There's a great piece in the new Ali Brosh book. I got a online copy. I'm going to be moderating a conversation with Ali Brosh, who did Hyperbole and a Half, who's a genius, like Maria Bamford level genius. And I saw Kennison right before he died, but he was amazing. Think of him much? That was a big part of my life. Sure, I think about him occasionally. I'm excited about that. You should go. I don't remember the date. I think it's the 23rd, but there's information on the Instagram feed. I'm moderating a thing with Ali Brosh for her new book, and she's a fucking genius. And there's a great piece about, the evolution of lawlessness, the empowerment of lawless people and chaos seekers, and how it will progressively become more and more unmanageable, and it will just kind of create its own dynamic. Coolidge Corner Bookstore. What about it? Oh, is that where it's at? No, I think it's at the Brookline Booksmith. Is that still the Coolidge Corner? Oh, is that what that is? Oh, that's great. I used to work in Coolidge Corner. I worked at a place called Edibles in Coolidge Corner in Brookline. And Matt Garrett's. I was the waiter at Matt Garrett's, man. Wearing my shirt, my hat. You get to choose your own hat at Matt Garrett's. You had to wear a hat, I believe, but you could choose one. And I remember I chose a pith helmet, and the manager said, yeah, not a pith helmet. Yeah, I've interviewed Russell Brand a while back. I can't get Dylan on. He doesn't want to do it. I had a little flare, yeah. It was just a hat. I don't think we had to have flare. My pour over coffee technique is bothering you. That's because it's not pour over coffee. It's not a pour over coffee. I'm about getting the coffee in me. So here's how, if my pour over technique is bothering you, here's how you should look at it. He's just using a cone to make coffee. That was around before the pour over idea or the gooseneck kettle. Just say, like, how does he make coffee? He just uses a cone. Just take out the word pour over, right? Use whatever options you have at your disposal to maintain your sanity, because it's going to get rough and you're probably going to have to protect yourself physically. I didn't mean to add that part. Am I too close? French press is not the best for me. French press, to me, is like drinking mud. There's too much grit in it, and you can't drink a lot of it because of the grit. I just find that just a big cone, pour it in there. I don't think about Kanye West for president. Why does anybody? These dumb questions today. So, yeah. But that earthquake was a trip, man. Jesus. Do people recognize you in the streets and start to talk? Sometimes. I'm a very specific celebrity presence. Kind of mid-level. Only my people know me. There's some people that are so big that they're just like ingrained in people's brains. I'm not one, and most of my fans they know me in a way that's almost like, hey, there's Maron. What's up, man? How's the cat? So it's really kind of, I have Irish breakfast teas. What was I doing during the earthquake? I was just sitting on my couch. That feeling is unlike any other feeling. The air is good today. I checked it. It's like good. I'm not. Today's not a workout day. I don't think. I'm not going up today. I need to give it a rest. But you just feel like, what is that noise? And then you're like, oh, the house is shaking. Oh, everything on the walls are shaking. The structure of the house is moving. The entire earth is shaking. There's no way to get away from the shake. And the sound levels, and that's some serious John Cage shit there. The levels of sound. AeroPress, too much trouble. Weird little filters. And too strong generally. It's a cone, man. Old school cone, thermos. I'm good. I like Turkish coffee, but you can only how many of those can you drink? And you gotta get the hang of avoiding the sludge, the sweet sludge at the bottom. So the earthquake you just don't know how long it's gonna last and what the fuck you should do. I mean, I like Big Star, okay. I was do I go outside? People used to say stand in a doorway. Get under something, but my instinct is I got to get outside. I don't weigh my beans. No, I grind it and then I go by tablespoon generally. So after it goes for a while and you start to wonder, is it going to fall down? Is the house going to fall down? I already interviewed Steve Albini. So once that fear sets in, that the house is going to fall down, I just want out. So I get out. Too close? Look, it's a free country. Decide what you want to do. It's hard because it's COVID and a lot of people are broke, but you can leave the country if you figure it out, or you can leave this life. Or you can, realize what is and isn't your control. Kick around the serenity prayer a little bit. Try to get some perspective. Yeah, the long quakes, man. They're rough. And Buster freaked out. He was freaked out all night. And then I don't know whether no milk in the coffee, no. I don't know whether I should, what's this? I don't know whether I should, like, sleep on the couch. I've reached out to Waits. Republicans will own the Supreme Court now, yeah, for generations. And it's going to be very bad for women, immigrants, people without means. It's weird that the brain really wants, the American brain really wants things to sort of like, well, is it going to turn around? Is it going to work out? Is something going to come in at the end and save us? And that has nothing to do with reality. I don't have any control over a Jon Stewart interview. He's not going to talk to me, and it's fine. Shit has sailed, man. These boats have sailed. I mean, who gives a fuck? It's so hilarious. You're like, what people hang on to. Come on, man, do it. It's like, why? I won't do Biden or Harris, no. They say you're safe indoors. Wayne Shorter might be nice. Yeah, Russia's instigating troops in Russia. We just sent more troops. Yeah. Was that a campaign trick? To make it seem like Putin doesn't live in our president's ass? The thing about, like, interviewing politicians, it's not my job. My audience is only so big, and you guys know who you are, and most of the time you can see these people interviewed in other outlets where the topic is politics and they can do their pitch. Politicians pitch, and it's very difficult to get around that pitch if that's what they're there to do, and that's not really the show I do. But yeah, man, dark days. But then you get up, and I thank God the smoke's gone. I guess it's the little things. It doesn't really help if you try to stay in the present, but the present isn't great. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Too close? That's a great little equation, with or without God. Great little equation. Buster doesn't have any nicknames. He's Buster. Sure, I read poetry sometimes. I used to read it a lot more. I was reading some Native American poetry. I've got this book of Native American poetry. You want to read some poems? I always enjoy reading the poems. What's your take on Rosh Hashanah? What are you, stupid? What's your take on the Jewish New Year? I mean, really, what is your take? What's your hot take on Rosh Hashanah? It's a Jewish New Year. Grew up with it. There's a legacy to it. What is it, 5781? Yes, poems. Read them. You guys are funny. You just bought Attempting Normal, my book. You are going to know a lot about me. Get ready. Emily Dickinson poems. An Emily Dickinson poem was the first time I realized the power of poetry, to be honest with you. I'd love to talk to Mike Lee. What's my take on Hitler? I don't know. He would have been an interesting guest for the Rogan podcast, I think. Because I don't think there's anyone ever really did, kind of an intelligent interview with Hitler. So Emily Dickinson. I think it was my sophomore year of college, and I was writing a paper for a lit class, and I chose an Emily Dickinson poem. And of course it was the night before, and I don't know how to write a paper. And so I'm just laboring over this fucking poem, and I'm going over it and over it and over it, right? And I write this whole paper, and then right at the end of the paper, I realize like the poem just blossoms in my mind. The imagery all of a sudden makes sense to me in a way that my whole body tingled. And I realized that I'd just written this 5 or 6 page paper that was just wrong. And I had to start all over it, describing the feelings I had and what I saw in the imagery. I think it was called, what are these dumb fucking Second Coming by Waits? You want my hot take on the Second Coming by Yeats? Yeah, the center can't hold, and who knows where the falcon is, and yeah, and the strange beast slouching towards Bethlehem has a really bad haircut. That's my hot take. I think it was no, I never got a good grade on the paper, but it was I went to the beach, I took my dog, maybe was the name of the poem. I finished the Emily story. I was not, the paper, I was never good at writing papers. I don't think I could write one now. I was very good at writing opening paragraphs. So generally a paper that I would write would be a series of opening paragraphs that never got fleshed out. Like I could do 10 pages of opening paragraphs and then a conclusion. It's about introducing ideas. They just kept coming. Yeah, sure, I read David Berman. But I was never good at papers. I'm still not. I write every week. Sylvia Plath, what do you think? Solid. Sad and solid, the Plath. I don't use many effects pedals. Did somebody just send a bunch of people over here that have never heard of me before and don't know anything about me? Is it just a bunch of angry Steely Dan fans who, to sublimate their feelings of fear and sadness and terror, they're going to come over here and pick on me in a clever way while they listen to Asia in the background? Is that what's happening? I had dinner with Sharpling last night. That was fun. He's one of the funniest guys I know. Always makes me laugh. What a sweet man, that Tom Sharpling. It was a group thing. A few people were involved, but I don't want to betray anyone's confidence. And, talk about Sharpling coming over. It's nice. Yes, I've listened to Frank Black and the Catholics. I like Frank Black. I tweeted something yesterday. I tweeted RIP jokes, and I don't know if people understand why. It's just why I did that. There is really a weird sort of slippery slope to that whole argument about, which jokes you can or can't say in terms of not censorship, but, how it's going to affect a particular group. Because as things get more tribal and more isolated, even in, sort of communities around whatever it is, not even political or sexual or gender oriented, that is a new group that has some fortification through numbers and can be sort of offended by something. It was sort of in direct reference to the Steely Dan contingent. Boy, sensitive. And we're not starting Glow till next year. I didn't watch the Fast Times table read. Am I getting the poems? I don't know. I love Neil Young's score for Dead Man, sure. Les Claypool would be a good talk. Yeah, New Poets of Native Nations. Yeah, that's the book I have inside. I have a lot of poetry upstairs. There was a time where I sought those kind of answers, and there was a time where I wrote poems, because a lot of times that's how I write. I don't share them really, but when I write, I usually write impulsive sort of ideas, and a lot of them are not comedic ideas, so they kind of become something else. And they've made it into poems. I've written a few poems in my life, or bits and pieces, but no Sherry, the poems. I like Shia LaBeouf. He, don't pull on it. Intelligent debate is getting harder to come by. I guess, I just don't, debate is a skill. And a lot of it is about, winning the debate. It's not about an exploration of ideas. It's, it's a skill set that some people have. There's a structure to it. I don't watch a lot of shit online, but like someone like Ben Shapiro is a skilled debater, but, and he wants to win, but is it really a discussion of ideas? I don't know. Your lyrics, and however broken it is poetry. It is, but it was something I said. I think Patti Smith might happen. So that's a long time coming. I'm supposed to get her book. It's so funny. So many of the guests are people that I'm just meeting, and I've a very limited experience of their work. I mean, obviously with Patti, I saw her live a couple years ago here in a small club. It was great, and I've listened to her records, but I really need to get caught up on that shit. Are you working on a new special? Yeah, dude. We're all working on new specials. We're out there in the clubs working on new specials. When you have group dinners, do you enjoy conversation? I don't debate. Who the fuck wants to do that at a group dinner? I want to have some laughs and find some funny ideas about stuff. Tell stories. Talk about things that are important or have an effect on us. And, hopefully get some laughs. Discover new moments. Lately, when I hang out with people, or I talk to my friend Sam, you talk about your feelings and hopefully get some laughs. You look at the world and get some fucking laughs. Yeah, this is the special. I'm doing a special every day. I already said I don't think I am hiking today. Maybe. Are me and Dave Anthony cool? Yeah, I mean, you got to understand something about Dave Anthony. He's got his online character, and then then there's who he is. So his Twitter character is not really who he is. He has to, he has a certain tone. And he was one of the first to celebrate Joe Rogan's apology. I think he thought he had something to do with it. But, if you know Dave Anthony as a person, it's much different than, hey man, than who he is when, you talk to him on the phone or hang out with him. No lawnmowers today, it's Saturday. But actually, maybe they did it already. Usually the one behind me. I hike every day, or every other day. I don't run much. It hurts my feet. Anthony seems very disarming in real life. He's a sweet guy. I don't know if Artie Lang is still alive. Did that neighbor guy ever get whacked? Hard to know if Gary's still around. Why are all these new people here? How does that happen? Did something in the algorithm change? use whatever options you have at your disposal to maintain your sanity. Too close. So, I guess that's it, huh? God, what a weird bunch of questions. My neighbors are pretty nice. That's a nice question. I don't know a lot of them. I know the ones across the street. I know a couple over here. I know that guy over there. That guy had sort of a problem. There was sort of a political issue within the neighborhood that was a little dubious. We don't need to get into it. I don't know if it's worth it. Oh yeah, I got some blood tests back. I told you, okay, maybe I'll get the poetry. But I have to go get it. I got some of my tests back, and it was just what I thought. Because I ate a pint and a half of ice cream before my blood test, my glucose was a little high, and my cholesterol is borderline again, even with the statins. But I've been slipping on the meat. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. You just get to this point where you're like, I'm going to eat like a person. Who cares if I die? The world is ending. I'm going to have eggs 3 days a week. I'm going to eat chicken and steaks. I don't give a fuck. I'll eat ice cream when I want. And then it's sort of like, hey, your heart is pumping sludge, and some of it is sticking to the sides. Is that how you want to go? So I got borderline cholesterol again and slightly high glucose, and she's going to see if I'm pre-diabetic and increase my statin. But I'll probably just not eat the bad shit. But I have genetically high cholesterol, so there's really nothing you can do. I could just eat grass, and I'd still have fucking borderline cholesterol. I mean, how could I exercise constantly. My weight is just right. But I do eat a lot of watermelon. Could someone check if, you know what I always remember? And I'm not sure if this is real. Maybe I'll use you guys as Google. One of you trolls, why don't you put yourself to good use? When I was a little kid, I think there was a TV show on, like an informational show. It was called Joe's Heart. And it's really about heart health, but it's about this guy Joe who doesn't eat good. And they show his arteries in this sort of like animated rapid thing where it just fills with plaque till no blood can get through. And then he has a heart attack in the shower. Joe's Heart. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. Anybody? You are Joe's Heart? Yeah. A lot of idiots here today. 1987. Was it 1987? I don't think so. I think it was earlier than that. So my birthday's coming up. What's the date? I could go get a poem. But there's so many trolls. Do we really want to share sweet things when there's a bunch of douchebags out there with nothing to do? That's the problem with this COVID time, is like even shitty people have nothing to do and they're worked up. Wow. The feeding frenzy, man. When I shit on Steely Dan was hilarious. You want to water something? We could go check a plant. I don't give a shit. Ow. Jesus Christ, man. That's what's going on. That's where I'm at. I sit up and I go, ow. That's not good lighting. I took that from my old house. Ow. Come on. Fuck. I got this. I don't know. Hold on, man. Hold on. Okay. Succulents. This was from my old house. Took this from my old house. Took this from my old house. I've had these fucking things since my second wife. I've had this since fucking Mishna. Since it was just a little thing. Same with that. And this fucking thing, this was one thing that I used to always stab myself on in my old house's driveway. And I brought it over here. And look at it now. It's a fucking, holy shit. There's like 9 things full of sticky. Yeah. All right. This thing. This was sent when Lynn died. And I didn't know anything about it. And Al tells me they're kind of hard to get to live. And I just stuck it in the ground because something died in this hole. And it seems to be living. There's new leaves. That one got a little fried, I think. But, like, it seems to be living. I don't know what this is. This was here when I got here. Rosemary for the chicken. These are still happening. The woman who owned this house was a gardener person. These are pretty, but they look a little tired. There's another. Look at that. There used to be a lot of these around. Oh, shit. The lime tree doesn't, like, I have a lime tree, but it seemed to just spit out a bunch of, I gotta fucking deal with this shit. These were here when I got here. These are lemon trees in pots. What the fuck do you do with that? And now I gotta remember to water them. There's a kumquat tree back there in a pot that, like, I don't know. Those little things I brought those over from the other house. They've been, like, there for 2 years. And they still just live. I don't know if this is a fucking weed or if it's something I planted. But I know the butterflies like it. The butterflies, this is where they come from. Monarch butterflies. All right, well, that's that. So it's a fiddle tree, right? Fiddle plant? Fiddle plant. Okay. Got it. Okay, let's see. What's up? Huh? You feeling better? Yeah? Come here. Come here. Come here. Scary, right? Earthquake? It's crazy. Come on, man. What do we got to play this game every day for? You know me. You like me. What do you got to make me work so hard for it? Come on. Seriously, man? Yeah. What are you doing under there? What are you doing under there? Is that fun? All right. Fuck it. I got this nice book from Scott Glenn's wife. She's a potter. Carol Glenn. I interviewed Scott. What a great interview that was. I haven't put it up yet. These are so pretty. But there's no place to buy them. Oh, here's a book of poems. Fucking Wow. This was from Lynn. This was from before we were something. I don't know. Maybe that's the poem that was meant to be read. Yeti. What? What are we doing? What are we doing, buddy? What are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going? What's going on? Huh? What's going on? He's not hungry. Fucking cat eats all the time. Oh good, some of the trolls left. They got bored. Trolls got bored with the kitty stuff. Hey man, we can't fuck with the cat. Let's get out of here, man. Let's go bother someone else. Can't sit there and be like, is that cat? I don't know. I got nothing. Cats are what? All cats are girls. There you go. Good trolley. These are notes in Lynn's writing. Huh. Anyways, here is a poem. She liked this guy, Lynn did, this guy Kevin Young. And she gave me this book. All right, let's read Election Day. Oh, now I lost it. Whatever, man. That was where the bookmark was. So it seems to be fitting. Maybe it is. Election Day. Storm me. Send me down into the dirt and dark. Raise me like thunder up. Show me the sun of your legs open. Shine. Let our shadows spill into each other. Let our souls brighten and become one. Let our bones break into song. Is this the one she wanted me to read about us? Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. So, there you go. Am I okay? I don't know. It's rough. living with someone's absence every day, still having her stuff around, in this time. Let our bones break into song. Anyway, I ate ice cream again last night. I gotta pull it together, people. Have we done enough here? Yeah, I'm sorry for my loss too. I appreciate that, but we're all losing. It's a collective grieving process of people who are awake. But it's weird, this idea that, like, what happened to these people? Why? Some people really believe in single party rule, in fascism, in strongmen. Some people love it, they crave it, they want it. The evangelical community wants it. It's not old school conservatives. It's not the general idea of republicanism. It's people who want there to be a single party ideology with only that ideology functioning. Then they don't have to worry about it. So it's not a matter of like what happened to those people. Those people have woken up to what they want, and now it's enforced through the selective reality and the slippery slope of bullshit. When you make a statement, it's like, dude, you don't know. Do your research. What research? It's a whole rabbit hole. Well, right there, isn't that a problem? Yeah, but I don't know. The truth is down there. Is it? What do you do? I'm a massage therapist, but aggressive. Tim Ferriss style massage. Tim Ferriss style massage. What does that even mean? Dude, do your research. Do your research, man. Hey, it's bad to kill people. Is it? I don't know. Do your research. It's not right to hurt people that are already in trouble. I don't know. That's an opinion. Laws are there to protect the people. Are they, though? Are they? Have you done your research? The Constitution is a living, breathing document that defines our democracy. Yeah, but, I don't know, if you go a little deeper, genocide is atrocious. It's a crime against humanity. I don't know. I don't know what you're reading, but maybe, I don't know. Do your homework, buddy. Do your research. What am I listening to? I bought the first 3 Strangler albums, and I never really knew their shit, so I listened to that. And then I got an old Dion record, but not a really old Dion record, like from the 70s. I listened to that yesterday. That was great. And Third Man sent me some collection of old Indian, not American Indian, but Indian violin music, which was great. Oh yeah, and the Brazilian Psych, sure. I mean, rule of law is a good thing. But in this situation, is it? I mean, have you really thought about it? I think maybe you should do a little research on that. Do I like Rush? Not really. I don't like them, but I know, I certainly know them. Love the Soft Boys. Underwater Moonlight is one of the greatest records ever. What's the Indian Violin album? I think it's like called Masterpieces of the Indian Violin. I don't know. Go to the Third Man website. It just came out. I've done the Zappa records. I like Ruben and the Jets, but I like I do enjoy Joe's Garage because it's pretty accessible, and I like the story. I don't know much about Bill Callahan. I don't go to Donut Friend. I like it, but I can't fucking eat donuts. Okay. Thoughts on Spirit? I got a line on you. I like Spirit. I like some of it. Jay Ferguson was in Spirit, and one of he did a cheesy hit in the maybe in the 70s called Thunder Island. It was a record. Sha la 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 la, my lady, in the sun with your hair undone. Can you hear me now calling your name from across the bay? Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. Silly. Why'd I like that song? I don't know much about Jenny Lewis. I should. People want me to, but I don't. This is a Pendleton shirt. 10 Years After is pretty good for a few songs. I like the way he played guitar. I mean, I remember when I first saw the Woodstock movie, I saw Alvin Lee play Going Home. I was like, what is that? So I had to have that. Led Zeppelin or Rolling Stones, Billy Joel or Springsteen. Why do people use or like that? How about and? Just put and in, and it's fine. I listen to Springsteen certainly more than I listen to Billy Joel. But I listen to the Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin equal. Yeah, I like Nick Drake. I can only take so much of Nick Drake. It's heavy. I don't know anything about the Brian Jonestown massacre. I've tried. People have wanted me to, but I just have not locked in because their fans are fucking annoying. I love Northern Ireland. I wish I was there. Don't send links. I'm not gonna. Yeah, R. Crumb art on that Indian record. Yes. Chris Cornell's nice, yeah. Rare Earth, I don't know. Frankie Bastille stories. Come on, how many times I got to tell that story? If you're requesting the Frankie Bastille story, you know the Frankie Bastille story. I do not need to tell the Frankie Bastille story again. I could go play some guitar, lay that shit down for tomorrow. Or maybe we'll just do it tomorrow. Maybe that'll be what we do, like we used to do, just the twice a week thing instead of this daily shit. Black Crowes best band. That is so not true. Thoughts on Jim Croce? I don't know, man. If I could save time in a bottle, I would give you my thoughts on Jim Croce. I have no problem with Southern Ireland. All right, what are we going to do? A lot of people out walking today. I'm not going to interview Evan Dando. See, now it's getting a little weird with the people who are sort of like, you're a comedian, make me laugh, Tell a funny story about my family. I don't know. Family stories get less funny if the family continues to be alive. Thoughts on Harry Nelson? Great. Yeah, maybe I will go over to Gimme Gimme. See Dan. I'll see if he's got anything over there. Bring him some stuff. Guitar Tomorrow. Harry Nilsson is spectacular. I went to a thing where it was like, I got to have every Harry Nilsson album. I'm eating an apple with peanut butter. Should you be eating it with honey? It's the Jew New Year. I'm glad you found a good poet from my new poets, of Native American poets. My favorite Iggy Pop record. Wow. I would say the one I go back to the most is Lust for Life. And The Idiot's very different, but I like New Values, Party. I like a lot of those records where you just had those studio guys, but like the Hunt's boys, the Hunt and Tony on Lust for Life, Hunt and Tony Sales. Fuck, that rhythm section. Here comes success. Here comes success. Here comes my Chinese rug. Here comes the zoo. Here comes the zoo. My favorite Tom Waits record. Well, there's all the different phases of Waits. I really love that live record, Nighthawks at the Diner. And all those early records, Blue Valentine, Small Change. What's the one with the Old 55 on it? And then the later ones. I like Heart Attack and Vine a lot, and Bone Machine. Rain. What is it? Rain Dogs. There's very few Waits I don't like. Parents gonna call. I'm from the same town, but I'm from that bone. The book I had read from is called Blue Laws by Kevin Young. That's the Election Day poem. Ricky Lee Jones, sure. Favorite Captain Beefheart song? It's weird. I don't know if I can name a Captain Beefheart song. I just kind of put the records on it and listen to them. Heart of Saturday Night, yeah, that's a good record. The Dylan album most listened to. I just listened to Slow Train Comin' yesterday, the whole record. It's a great record. But I would say the one I listen to the most is Blonde on Blonde, generally speaking, and Planet Waves. Recently, Planet Waves. A lot of Planet Waves. Chucky Weiss, yeah. I think on Slow Train Comin', the Dylan record, I think that is his most honest singing of his entire fucking life. He sounds so different on that record. So vulnerable. Trippy. Alright, so we good? Everything alright? Yeah, Blood on the Tracks is great. It's almost too good. I am an Ezra Furman fan. I had Ezra Furman on the show years ago. And I met his father. Ezra Furman's father came to see me at a show. I don't remember where. Where is he from? Like Philly or somewhere? I love Ezra Furman. Okay. Thank you guys. And I don't know anything about Vampire Weekend. J.J. Cale, yeah, I like J.J. Cale. Is Neil Young overrated? No, he's not overrated, but there's a lot of stuff. I like J.J. Cale. I like his songs. I don't listen to him much. Duane Allman. Am I a Duane Allman fan? How can you not be a Duane Allman fan? Richard and Linda Thompson are great. I don't know anything about Tori Amos. Like zero. Thank you. Thank you all. You trolls can move on to another account. Now, go find somebody else to pester. I'm sorry for your loss, guys. It's going to be a rough go. We'll see if it's worth it. I don't know much about Nico Case, and I should. I like her. I like people she likes, and people have suggested her. I just haven't locked into the music, and I kind of feel bad for that. Um, use whatever options you have at your disposal to maintain your sanity. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Feel the pain. Do something proactive. What loss? Sorry, just got on. Cute. All right. Rocky Erickson? I don't know. That's okay. I get it. Goodbye, good people. Goodbye, trolley-polies.